Hey, welcome back to the channel. I just got done seeing a movie called Man in the White Van. This movie is 105 minutes long. It came out in 2024. This is kind of like an old school filming type thing. Uh, it's in a small town in Florida in 1975. An ominous white van stalks a young girl and her parents' disbelief leads to a terrifying Halloween nightmare, which it does. But what I liked about this is it's kind of like filmed old school. It's kind of like an old school type film. It's based on '70s, So I guess this is actual. This actual. There's some actual events that happened that uh, you know, just that led up to this the making of this film. It's also this film. Also, it's talking about how there's a lot of missing children in the United States. So this movie is kind of dedicated to it. So yeah, uh, this movie is under a suspense. It's under suspense. So um, Ali Lauder and Gavin Warren and Scar Jackson and they're supporting actors. Directors Warren Skill and starring Madison Wolfe and Breck Basinger and Sean Austin. Sean Austin and Ali Lauder were executive producers on this movie. So, uh, you guys know who Ali Lauder is? She played in Varsity Blues. She also played in Final Destination. Ali Lauder. She played in Final Destination, the first one, and she played in Varsity Blues. I think she was that girl that came out with the. She was real young then, but she still looks good. She's a lot older now. But this little girl, she's got another sister, and she's got a smaller brother, and her sister gets all the attention because she's a little bit more pretty than her. But the girl that's her sister, she's not bad looking either. She's just kind of like a country girl. She's got this horse, and her older sister's kind of like she gets all attention because she's real smart and she's kind of like popular and all this kind of stuff. So her mom, she gets all attention. They all sit at the kitchen table and they eat dinner, which I really like that because people don't do that no more. But anyway, she, they had company over, and the dad, which is played by Sean Austin, and Ali Lauder is her mom. They're all sitting at the table, and they're all like, you know, talking at the kitchen table, and they got this guy on for dinner, and the hot, the popular girl, she's saying stuff about what she's doing and what class she's taking and stuff, which is true. But then the girl who is the main protagonist in the movie, which the guy in the white van was talking, she was saying, "Well, I did this," and I said, she exaggerates her story. So, her older sister's like, "No, you didn't. You're just telling the story because you want the attention." And she goes, "No, I'm not." So there's friction between the two. So, but her sister ended up believing her at the end because there was a climax at the end of this movie where it was just this was an old school type of movie. I mean, it really was. It was old school type of it really was an old school type of the way they filmed this. I really liked the way it felt. I felt like I was I actually felt like I was young in the '70s, so I wasn't even. I graduated in '78, so I was young, but still teenager. But I guess in the '70s there was this van that was going around stalking girls and killing them and stuff, and bodies was left all over the place. And then the young teenagers and the people are saying that they called it the man in a white van. So this man almost got this girl, and the horse kicked. She had a horse that kicked him, and when a horse kicked you, the horse about knocked him out. So she got away, and then he got a hold of her again. And then at the climax of the movie, she went to a Halloween party with her best friend, and they both went to a Halloween party on horseback. And then when they was on the way home, that's when the climax of this movie happened. When the van chased both of them down, where her friend went this way, and then she went that way. And the main protagonist, which is the girl, the tomboyish girl, he really was wanting her for some reason. He picks these chicks out, and then he kidnaps them, and then I don't know what he does to them because it doesn't go into that. And that's another thing I do like about this movie is this movie don't really. It's not too many blood, guts, and gore in this movie. It's not that at all. It just shows him striking this one chick. That's it. There was one part where they kidnapped this one little girl and they tied her onto a chain, but there was another guy that was involved. I don't. I didn't know. this movie is 105 minutes long, and it came out in 2024. It's on, it's on Prime Video. I came across it because I was intrigued by it. You know what I mean? And like I said, for those of y'all that like kind of like an old school type of a movie, this is kind of like old school. It's kind of like a movie that could have been made back when Friday the 13th was made. Now, I'm not comparing it to Friday the 13th at all, but it has that vibe, that film vibe, the way that, the director is Warren Skills, and the executive producers on here was Ali Larder and Sean Astin. So the way they filmed this like old school style, like back in the 70s, this movie looks like the type of movie that you would see like in the late 70s. That's how this movie looked. So the climax was really good though. It kept showing the guy's face, but didn't see his actual face. You see the way he looked, but you didn't see his features. That's what I did like about this movie, and it had some. It was a suspense movie. It really was. It was a very suspenseful movie. I enjoyed this movie. It moves along real well. This is a very different type of movie. But right now, out of 324 people, it's sitting on a 5.5 on the IMDb scale, with whatever that is, and it's sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4. It's sitting on 4.5 stars. I give it 4.5 stars because I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, it's 105 minutes long. For those of y'all that likes like a kind of like a suspense movie or something like that, if you like kind of like a suspense movie and you like kind of like a back in the 70s type, because a lot of movies now that are being made and it takes you back into the 80s, which 80s was my time. I grew up in the 70s, so it was filmed real well, man. I mean, for the way they filmed this, they really put their heart and soul in this. It's you can tell for what budget they had, they did a good job. And this is a very impressive movie. So if you guys get a chance, for those y'all out there, check out The Man in the White Van. And I think you'd be very impressed. It had a nice little song at the end. Actually showed the actual band playing, and they said that the proceeds go to missing children in the United States and stuff. It's a very, very impressive movie. A very impressive little movie that they put together, man. The Man in the White Van. So anyway, that's my take on The Man in the White Van. God bless, take care, and have a great week. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.